This is Yair Pinto coming to you with another update of the war between Iran, Israel, and the United States of America. And the biggest question of all is, was the supreme leader of the Islamic Republic of Iran, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, eliminated? Was the commander of the Revolutionary Guards in Iran terminated as well in the Israeli-American preemptive strike against the Revolutionary Guards in Iran? Massive drama is unfolding. The assessment is growing. Ali Khamenei was hit and terminated in Tehran. After the execution of a wide-scale attack in Iran, countless reports are coming in regarding the regime's condition, regarding the targets that were struck, and of course, the threats from Iran have begun to arrive. This is with some of the reports speaking about a strike on the supreme leader and the Iranian president. Here on Boots on the Ground, we are already bringing you all of the details. I'm Yair Pinto, with me is Mati Shoshani, and we are Boots on the Ground live now with all the details. President Donald Trump of the United States announced, "We launched an attack on Iran. We will destroy their missiles." The President of the United States referred this morning to the military operation that the Americans launched together with Israel in Iran. "We will ensure that Iran never has a nuclear weapon." It is important to understand Khamenei and Iran's President Pezeshkian were amongst the targets for the strike. And assessments in Israel say that the commander of the Revolutionary Guards was terminated in this strike. A senior American official stated that the United States and Israel coordinated the opening strike, and this is only the beginning. In Israel, they revealed the deception against Iran. The strike came as a surprise. And as I'm speaking to you now, we hear sirens alarms of incoming missiles coming our way. This gives us a few minutes before the wider sirens will start in the area. So they revealed the deception against Iran. The strike came as a surprise. And in the IDF waited for senior regime officials to convene, to meet together. And we will bring you the behind the scenes of this attack against Iran. Khamenei's compound was destroyed. It is not known what became of him. But we have a report that he was hit in the strike, but they're not confirmed yet. In Israel, the officials confirmed that Ali Khamenei was amongst those targets of the strike. And Iran issued a direct threat towards Israel and towards the United States of America. There are no red lines. After the threat towards Israel, Iran, in an unusual notice to its residents, flee this area. So the Gulf states are preparing for the worst. Iran launched an unrestrained missile attack. And it seems that Israel and the Air Force feels at home in Tehran. The sequence of strikes continue in the western Iran side. The combined operation, the event will continue for at least a week while all eyes are on Iran. And Israel is preparing on the Lebanese border, on the northern part of the country. And the city of Tehran cheered and rejoiced. Footage from Tehran shows the reaction of the Iranian people to the dramatic strike. So, I'm Yair Pinto, and this is Boots on the Ground live, bringing you all the updates on what's happening in the Middle East. Operation Roar of the Lion set out on its way in a combined attack on day 10 of Trump's deadline. Israel and the United States began this morning with a preemptive strike on Iran. The campaign is the result of a severe strategic and diplomatic failure by the Iranian leadership, which misjudged President Trump's patience. Iran finds itself in an unprecedented situation in the face of close cooperation between the IDF and the United States, while it is isolated in terms of the Shiite axis and may also lose the quiet support of the Gulf states due to attacks on American bases on their territory. In the IDF, they clarified that the goal of the operation in Iran is to strike the regime and remove the existential threat over Israel, in full cooperation with the United States. And at the same time, tens of thousands of reservists were mobilized and forces were reinforced across all sectors. So, how did the strike begin? Months of precise intelligence collection, full coordination between Israel and the United States, and the building of a detailed target bank enabled the opening blow. The IDF opened another wave of strikes in western Iran in an attempt to reduce missile launchers towards Israel. Iran announced that it launched Operation True Promise Full and attacked bases in Qatar, Kuwait, Bahrain, and the Emiratis. And Foreign Minister Arakshi of Iran to the Gulf states stated, "Do not allow your territories to be exploited." Explosions were heard in Dubai and in Abu Dhabi. An Asian civilian was unalived by shrapnel. It is our right to respond. That is the statement. And in Iraq, 3 unalived at the headquarters of the pro-Iranian militias. The Houthis threatened to strike the Red Sea. And the assessment in Israel is that the commander of the Revolutionary Guards was eliminated, who entered the role as a lion. This is what the statement said in Israel. And Muhammad Pakpour entered his role in place of Hussein Salami, who was eliminated in Operation Am Kilavi. And according to the assessments in Israel, he was terminated in the opening blow. So in Iran, they deny it, but a source close to the regime told Reuters several senior commanders and political figures were terminated. And Israeli sources state Ali Larijani was also in the crosshairs. Mati Shoshani, our senior correspondent for Middle East affairs, is with us. So Mati, we both know that this is history live, but do you think there was success in eliminating the supreme ruler of the Revolutionary Guards in Iran, Ali Khamenei? Mati, where are you coming to us from? I cannot hear you. Okay, I can hear you now.
On mute. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I said I'm back in Judea and Samaria after a week and a half off from reserves. Wasn't expecting to be back this fast. Like you said, this is a very, very unique day that we're living in. I started this day early in the morning, biking in the Judean desert, only to watch Israeli Air Force planes flying over and to see the first barrage of missiles come from Iran. Since then, I've been called back into reserves, as have many in Israeli society. But the important point here is the history that's happening. You asked the question about the supreme leader of Iran. We're not sure, and I doubt we're going to be sure anytime soon what exactly happened. He could be in hiding, he could be injured. It'll take a while to see a clear picture. I think you hit the nail on the head with the initial description. The accuracy of that morning's attack, or this morning's attack, is the main thing here. We started out the morning with a pinpoint attack on the ballistic missile launchers, many of them. We've seen the footage of it. With a pinpoint attack on many of the IRGC facilities in Tehran and various facilities around Iran. In additional strikes on the nuclear facilities that the Iranians were trying to rebuild and restore, and then intercepted multiple waves of Iranian ballistic missiles. Now, we're not doing this alone. This is the key point here. Unlike in Operation Rising Lion or Midnight Hammer back in the June of 2025, this is a different story. Here we're working hand in hand with the Americans. The target bank is absolutely accurate, is very, very well built, and includes slowly dismantling the air defenses that the Iranians hold, followed by the strategic positions, and very importantly, as we did back in Rising Lion back in the June of 2025, is eliminating the leadership of both the IRGC, the religious leadership of the Ayatollah regime, and some of the key facilities and figures in their army. And that's really where we are right now. We've been anticipating a much more substantial and robust Iranian response, and it hasn't come. We've heard the alarms even just a minute ago, time and time again, but the very few missiles that are making it through are being intercepted by Israel. And what's abnormal here, what's different here, is the Iranians are really trying to poke their neighbors in the eye. The UAE, Bahrain, Kuwait, multiple countries that they're firing at, and they've tried to do it several times with very limited success. This really shows that they're going all out in this attempt, in this campaign. But my sense is that Israel and the United States have done their homework in a degree that the Iranians were not expecting, in really eliminating a very large number. The number the Israeli Air Force quoted a couple hours ago was hundreds of targets in the first 2 waves. That's just the Israeli Air Force, not accounting for the very substantial forces and targets of the American forces destroyed and eliminated. That's really where we are right now. I'm back in reserve. Our country's on incredibly high alert, waiting to see how this develops, how this night looks. But again, we've shown our supremacy in the air, We've shown our supremacy when it comes to intelligence, and we've shown the level of cooperation, the close ties between the Israeli forces and the American forces. And my expectation is we're going to see more and more of that. And the most important thing here, the biggest point, is removing and eliminating the Ayatollah regime of Iran. These are the religious clerics that took over in 1979 and have been holding that country hostage since then. These people deserve something else. They deserve a better regime. They deserve freedom. They deserve to be removed from the scorn, the punishment of this radical Ayatollah regime. And this is the only way it's going to happen. President Trump, we were reading that earlier today in this morning's live, before it was called into reserves. He says to the Iranian people, I'm doing this for you. Netanyahu said the same thing in different words in the past. We're doing this for the Iranian people. They're not our enemy. The Ayatollah regime is our enemy. And we're coming for the Ayatollah regime. And tomorrow morning, or maybe the next day when they wake up, this is the best chance the Iranian people have had at removing that regime in a very, very long time. And that is something I don't think we can undermine or overexpress the importance of ever. We're watching history unfold in front of our eyes, and this is significant on so many levels: spiritual level, on a philosophical level, on a geopolitical level, on a world history level. We are watching that history unfold, and we get to sit in the front seat here in Israel and see how Israel and the forces of good, the Judeo-Christian Alliance of Israel, the United States, and others who are helping, is able to push back on this evil force that is the Iranian regime. How are things over with you, Yael? Is it quiet, or are there more alarms in your area?
Well, we just received a notice in our phones a few minutes ago that an incoming missile is on its way, and we should stay close to protected areas. That's why I know that I'm outside and I'm with a protective vest, because I know that I will keep reporting even if the sirens are here. So it makes my wife a little bit more happy that I'm standing here. But this is the situation, and the reports that we are receiving are that this will last multiple days. We do not have official confirmation. I can hear that also here. I can hear that also here.
We're separated by quite a distance, but the air is full of the crackling, the popping sound of the Iron Dome intercepts and the David Sling and Arrow intercepts. And I want to say this again, we can't see it because there's still light outside, but once the dark comes down, and assuming there'll still be more rockets coming down, you can hear first the intercepts and see them outside of the atmosphere in low orbit over Earth. So ballistic missiles go out, then they come back in. They're intercepted there. You hear about 3 minutes later, I think something like that, you hear the explosion sound that's outside or at the edges of the atmosphere. And then there's a secondary intercept from Iron Dome. Right now what we're hearing is that crack and pop sound that's way, way up in the sky. If it was dark, we'd probably be seeing the flashes of it, or would have saw the flashes, but now it's coming down. And I think it's nothing short of incredible that we get to stand here, Yael, me and you, without any concern to our safety, just because of that technology that protects us. Incredibly impressive.
Yeah, exactly. I think that Israel and the IDF has proven that the anti-rocket defensive systems are operational at even bigger and higher interception rates than what we heard before. And this is also showing to the whole world that we are here to stay, and Israel is investing in these technologies and also now exporting them to our allies around the world to protect them against future rockets and attacks. This is what's happening now. Mati, I know that you are in reserve duty and you have to go and to
get back to work.
Continue. Yeah, go back to your soldiers. Thank you for your service, Mati, and we'll have you back very soon.
And I want to say thank you to everyone who's praying for us and supporting what we're doing. We deeply, deeply appreciate the love that we've been hearing. As I'm standing here, my phone keeps exploding with messages from people around the world, just reminding us how much people around the world care and love for the people of Israel. And it touches our heart to know that, truly blesses us to hear those messages. So thank you, everyone out in the cybersphere who are messaging us and supporting us, and keep praying for Israel. Keep praying for our fighters, our people, the American aircraft, the American vessels, the American fighters who are in this region, fighting for freedom, fighting for the right thing, which is exactly what we need to do. Now back to you, Yael.